waited all year for this.
Want a race?
My family spends every summer in Toronto with my mom, dad, and me. They've always seen me as a little kid. But this summer,
See you guys later.
it's different.
Damn.
This is the summer I lived in LA.
He's graduating! Taking his last day. Playing a huge mission of cleaning this kitchen. Wait, where do I
I
go?
gotta spin my narrative. You take a left anywhere.
What? Here?
Anywhere, like honestly.
My time in LA was both the fastest and slowest month and a half of my life.
Low key, we missed it, but it's fine.
My summer started off with one new thing after another. Finals week, I started my internship. The next week, I was moving into my summer sublease. And the week after, I was spending almost 13 hours doing summer school every week. Everything was happening so fast, and I just felt like I was constantly climbing a slippery slope that just got steeper and steeper each week. Before I knew it, I was juggling the life of an employee, an adult, and a student.
I've never
And
heard
all
of
I
this.
wanted to do was drop all the balls and have fun. So that's what I did.
I left my heart in San Diego. And I'm
5 a.m.
never
and we're
gonna,
waiting for the
never
bus
gonna
to
get it back.
I was having the time of my life being naive. I was honestly under the impression that independence could come with no responsibility. Carefree, I tell myself. But I became careless, and I would soon learn that this bliss was just an illusion of fun. Something that started keeping me up was what I wanted to do with my career. With junior year coming up, I was constantly reminded that the upcoming fall would be the most important months of my life, and I needed to start preparing everything now. I don't think recruitment is life or death, but I would agree that there are a huge amount of opportunities that roll out during those months. I listened to people around me dream of the big shot places they wanted to go, and I loved seeing them chase after their aspirations. But I couldn't really decide if that was something that I wanted to. Okay, right now we're getting ready to go watch the Voice Blind auditions, and we're literally gonna be stuck there until 8 p.m., which is crazy. Anyways, I'm really excited to go. Time to go. I've always felt really guilty about recruiting for large companies. From what I read online, a lot of these companies are the ones that are arguably perpetuating the poverty cycle and leaving the largest environmental footprints. On the flip side, these companies would likely be the ones offering the highest salaries and perks. It felt like I needed to trade making a positive social impact in order to live a comfortable life.
It's behind her hair.
And honestly, it just felt so unfair to me that I was even able to think about the possibility of working in these large companies when there are literally thousands of people within a 5-mile radius of my school that didn't have a roof over their heads. And on an even more microscopic level, I still saw the disparity in resources in my college. That there are students that would need to work so much harder than I do to get the same experiences, just because we weren't born with the same privilege. And in my head, recruiting and taking one of these jobs would be widening the discrepancy between social classes. I started to feel really ashamed of things I was supposed to be proud of.
First time I went to Costco in America, and I finally brought back samples again. So life is good.
Something that I needed to realize this summer was that social impact is a really hard thing to define because it's so vague. And my definition of it was limited to the ways that I'd be directly helping communities in needs and social causes.
Making probably the best, most powerful mashed potatoes you could ever eat.
But it took a change in perspective to realize that a lot of these companies were creating products, tech, and services that are indirectly benefiting the greater population in ways that are kind of hard to quantify. It sounds kind of dark, but I think a reality that settled in this summer was that I kind of was just a cog in a wheel serving corporate America.
Laura's lame.
I'm gonna mute that part.
And I think the more important question that I started to think about was what I could do on my own end to ensure that I was still uplifting communities with what I had. And to do that, I needed to begin with 1, being grateful for the things that I have, and 2, realizing that I couldn't sustainably help others without first serving myself. I joined some of the social impact groups at my company. I didn't do much, but it was really cool to just listen and see the things people were fighting for. I realized then that companies would have far more money and people to do something more impactful than I could ever do on my own. What I didn't see before was that a lot of change comes from within.
Chantal just asked me if she remembers if she brushed her teeth. Stupid.